Iran has suffered a serious loss. Israel has killed a chain of Iranian top military command in 5 waves of airstrikes conducted in the last few hours. Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. Two main news stories in this video. Firstly, Iran-Israel war has begun. I reported that last night that war was about to start. Second news story is about Fatlever Gebrigzaber, TPLF senior leader, head of TPLF office. She spoke about Eritrean military presence while talking to IDPs yesterday. Her talk is turning into a very controversial topic. She is being criticized for what she said. What did she say? Let's start from Israel-Iran war. I reported more than 12 hours ago that Israel was going to attack Iran. That report was obviously based on situation on the ground. These days, it's not difficult to predict the start of war. Rather, it's not predicted, it's based on information from the ground. That is why when General Sadkan and Joar said a few months ago that war was imminent between Eritrea and Ethiopia, I disagreed. I said, no, war was not imminent. These days, you can easily confirm military mobilization on the ground, satellites available, ground sources available. Based on the ground military mobilization, you draw conclusions. You don't draw conclusions in the air. I think Joar was just building his analysis on his wishes. Maybe Sadkan too. Both knew that militaries had not been mobilized. Maybe they wanted war to happen. Anyway, I disagreed and it has been proven. War was not imminent. But I do say they're on a collision course. I always say Eritrea, Ethiopia on a collision course, but war not imminent. Preparations are there. The preparations have not reached a level where we can say war is imminent. War was imminent between Israel and Iran. And for the last 3 days, things were very clear. US wants to teach Iran a lesson. Iran refused to accept the nuclear deal offered by Trump government. Iran wants disarmament of Israel too. Removal of nuclear warheads from Israel. If Iran is bound to freeze its nuclear program. US obviously is not agreeing to that. US is the main backer of Israel. That is why US thought of teaching a lesson to Iran through Israel. So even a layman can understand. Behind this escalation, there is US, though US is distancing itself. Will Iran submit and come to the table and sign that nuclear deal with the Trump government, or will it fire back? That remains to be seen. Coming back to main story now, what happened? 200 Israeli fighter jets launched waves of airstrikes on Iran early in the morning, this morning. 5 rounds of airstrikes were conducted. Iranian air defense systems could not intercept these Israeli fighter jets and bombers. Iran does not have very sophisticated air defense systems which can counter hundreds of fighter jets and bombs. We know that. The Israeli planes entered Iranian airspace in some cases. What did they target? Well, the operation was very similar to the operations launched by Israeli military against Hezbollah in Lebanon. When Hezbollah was hit in Lebanon by Israel recently, Israel hit Hezbollah leaders, their military sites. Hassan Nasrallah was killed, others were killed. Similarly, the target of Israeli attack was the top tier of Iranian military. Iranian nuclear program, and Israel hit targets very precisely. Top tier of Iranian military killed. Head of Iran's Revolutionary Guards Corps, IRGC, Hussein Salami, has been killed, his death confirmed. Israel is claiming to have killed the chief of staff of Iranian military, Mohammad Bakari, but his death unconfirmed. Ghulam Ali Rashid, Major General, deputy head of Iranian armed forces, killed. He is one of the main figures in Iran's missile program. Two nuclear scientists killed: Fridon Abbasi, Muhammad Mahdi. You can see the pictures of these four killed people on the thumbnail. Four killed. Ali Shamkhani was seriously injured. His residence was attacked in Tehran. An apartment building was hit where he and his family live. Ali Shamkhani was taken to a hospital. Reportedly, he has died. Who is Ali Shamkhani? Ali Shamkhani was leading Iranian team of negotiators, which has been holding talks with the US about Iran's nuclear program. Next round of talks is planned for Sunday, which is likely to be postponed because the leader of Iran's negotiating team has been killed. So Israel deliberately, backed by US, deliberately targeted Iranian nuclear scientists, Iranian top tier of military. Nuclear sites were also hit. Nathan's nuclear site hit. Parchin nuclear site hit. And military bases in several parts of Iran were hit. Military bases, military command and control centers, radar sites hit. Military bases hit in Tehran, Khurramabad, Hamdan, Parchin, Karar Shiri, Tabriz, Piran Shahar, Kermanshah, Ilm, and in several other locations. No fuel sites were hit. Fuel storage sites, fuel transportation sites were hit. No electricity transmission lines were hit. We cannot call it an all-out war. I think all-out war will start the day Israel hits Iran's oil storage, oil transportation sites and lines. Iran's main stream of revenue coming from exporting oil, which it is selling to China mostly. The day Israel starts hitting Iranian oil sites, it would mean that all-out war has begun. Iran says that that Israel hit civilian sites, that women killed, children killed. Yes, civilian sites have also been hit because the apartments where these military commanders, IRGC commanders, nuclear scientists were living, those civilian buildings were also hit. Several pictures in circulation showing civilian buildings, apartments in flames. So Iran has suffered serious losses in this round of strikes, 5 rounds of strikes conducted by Israeli Air Force. No ground invasion so far. US says it has no role, but US is providing intelligence. It is providing so much support to Israel that it is behind this attack. Iran says it will hit back. Iran's supreme leader says that he has ordered security forces to respond. When will the security forces respond? What will be their counter action? That remains to be seen. But Iranian drones have been seen flying. They're being launched towards Israel. We'll have to wait. Now, what are the likely scenarios? Iran will hit back harder than Israel, leading to a larger escalation. Iran will conduct, second scenario, Iran will conduct limited operation, hitting limited sites in Israel. Third scenario, Iran collapses and agrees to the peace deal being offered by Trump government. Let's see what happens. Middle Eastern countries issuing statements condemning Israel, but they don't support Iran. Saudi Arabia issued a statement condemning Israel's attacks on Iran, but Saudi Arabia wants a weak Iran. I don't think any Middle Eastern country will support Iran. Iran on its own, or it will get support maybe from China, especially from Russia, it could get support. Uh, Basically, Iran on its own, or it can have the backing of armed groups, which it has been supporting, like Houthis in Yemen, Hezbollah in Lebanon, very weak now, Hamas in Gaza, very weak now, some groups in Iraq too. I think US, Israel, Western countries think this is the time to weaken Iran. That is why they're trying to teach Iran a lesson. Let's see what happens. Let's hope the war does not expand. Second news story is from Ethiopia, viewers, where controversial remarks of Fatwa Gebre are leading to a controversy. Monjorino is her nickname. Her name is Fatwa Gebre. She is one of the most senior TPLF leaders. She fought during war against the Derg. She is head of TPLF office. Very powerful TPLF leader she is. We know that 48 hours ago, IDPs protested in Tigray. They stormed the office of Tigray President General Varade. They refused to vacate the office. They are there. They're holding talks. They say they want to return to their homes in Humera Volkaya Sagade. They don't want to spend another winter in tents. Rainy season coming, winter coming, and they have suffered a lot. The government should ensure their speedy return to their homes. Emmanuel Asafa, deputy head of TPLF, deputy head of Tigray government, talked to them. They refused to vacate the office. They are there reportedly. They said they want an assurance from General Varade. Then Fatwa Gebre talked to them. She is TPLF main leader. Why are they demanding to talk to Varade? I said IDPs have been unleashed by TPLF on Varade. Some people said Sajid, unleash is the wrong word. I use it figuratively. Uh, TPLF wants to put pressure upon Varade through IDPs. That's my understanding. It does not mean that I oppose the return of IDPs. Yes, they should return to their home. They have suffered a lot. Fatwa Gebre addressing the IDP said that the federal government of Ethiopia wants to use the pretext of Eritrean military presence in Tigray to invade Eritrea. She said that months ago, last year, in a meeting between federal government and African Union observers, federal government said that Eritrean military was deployed in accordance with Algiers agreement, in accordance with the Ethiopia Boundary Commission, that Ethiopian territories were not under the control of Eritrean military. But now federal government officials say that Eritrea must withdraw from Ethiopian territories. Basically, they are using it as a pretext for war to invade Eritrea. Dina Mufti said a few days ago. He is member of standing committee of House Representatives on Foreign Affairs, and he said that Eritrea must leave Ethiopian territories. He asked international community to intervene. Federal government has definitely changed its position. It is using the Eritrean military presence for political purposes. This is what Gebre said. Tigrayans are criticizing her, saying that it means that TPLF is backing Eritrean military presence in the areas which are claimed by Tigray. It's a very interesting situation. I mean, last year, 2023, 2022, 2021, TPLF was saying that Eritrea was in occupation of Tigray territories. Now, TPLF does not want to talk about it. It wants to stay silent about this issue. It is in talks with Eritrea gradually withdrawing from some border posts, but main areas still under Eritrean control, like Badme, etc. Federal government now is not happy with the growing proximity, growing intimacy between TPLF and PFTJ. That is why federal government is raising this issue. Thanks for watching.